It's been a little while, since before the season, that we had the opportunity to catch up with Fats Russell, who's with us now here on GCR. Fats, it's Glenn and Paul. It's good to chat with you, man. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes for us.
Hey man, yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, dude. Could you, all the ups, the downs, the difficulties, the clearly things that you did not expect getting involved. How do you describe what your experience was like here at the University of Maryland this season?
Yeah, it's definitely a ride full of ups and downs. Things like you said that you couldn't really expect to happen. But all in all, I'm happy I made a decision to come to this amazing university. I met a lot of great people and built a lot of great relationships. So, it looked more difficult than it was for sure.
Okay, okay. Is it the type of thing where like did you when we think about Maryland 10 years down the road, will your feelings be more pleasant than negative?
Yeah, definitely. I'm big on relationships and big on meeting good people, and it was just university full of good people, and the fans embraced me with open arms, and it was fun. I got to play with some of my friends, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good experience all in all. It was a difficult season, but a good experience.
That Philly connection, right? We're hoping that we can land all the Philly guys now moving forward. We're hoping that that's the case.
Yeah,
Um,
we need some more Philly guys up here,
yeah, I mean, hey, look, I'll take all of them. The guys like you, yeah, we'll take every single one, bro. Get all of them. We're hoping to get some more of the DC and Baltimore guys too. We'd like to get all of them as well. We just want all the good players, Fats. That's the way it's
Yeah.
gonna have to be. We want all the good players. Fats, because I want to talk about David Cox here in a second, but if I could, um, when everything went down this year, were you understanding of it? Were you disappointed? Like, can you take us through what your guttural reaction was when the change was made, and did it take time for you to adjust to? All right, it's somebody else. Danny's going to lead the way. Like, did all of the outside noise about who the next coach might? Did any of that impact you guys at all?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing is like the human nature is to be disappointed. You committed to a certain coach, and then he steps down in the beginning of the season, and that was definitely a disappointment. But soon right after that, you just get your mind set on trying to build with Coach Manning, and at first it was difficult. We didn't really like know. We didn't have an identity at first. He was trying to implement what he wanted, and we were still kind of in Turgeon's kind of system. But after a while, I felt like we started getting the rhythm, and we started figuring each other out. But the season's only but so long,
Mm-hmm.
so if we had more time, I felt like we would have finally turned the corner. But things happen for a reason.
And look, we started to see you guys had some pretty nice wins mixed in there. Obviously, you think about that Ohio State game and that atmosphere, and that was really cool. Of course, Illinois as well. Like there were definitely some
Yeah.
good moments in there.
Yeah, and we had Purdue on the ropes at Purdue.
Right, right.
We had Wisconsin game. It's a lot of number of games where we lose by one or two, or a couple possessions that we just couldn't pull through.
Fats, did you end up having a conversation with Mark at all? Like after he left, did you end up maybe sharing a text, or did you just sort of leave that alone at that point?
Yeah, I sent him a text because I felt bad. It looked like he was going through a lot, and which is understandable, and you just don't like seeing guys suffer. So I know he didn't want to step down, but he felt like it was the best thing. So I sent him a text and just wished him the best, and wished all peace on him.
And what would you say about Danny Manning as a guy, that there's still jobs out there, right? And certainly
Hmm.
someone that has coached at a really high level now in two different conferences, Power Five conferences. What was your
Yeah.
experience like with him as a coach? And do you feel like maybe one of these schools that still has a job open is making a mistake not giving him a call right now?
Yeah, Coach Mann is a great coach. I wish he had more time to figure it out. He kind of got thrown in the position, so he didn't have like a scheme or like a plan to go into the season. But yeah, first he's a great person. He taught me a lot about the game of basketball, his life. He's a great mentor and everything like that. But when it comes down to coaching, he did a great job with us because Any other coach or in the country might have just let us quit. We fought every day in practice for him, and he made us battle, and he taught us a lot about ourselves and our team.
He is Fats Russell. He's with us here on Glenn Clark Radio after he spent this past season at the University of Maryland. Fats, obviously it's a unique situation for you, right? Because this coach comes in, there, Kevin Willard. There's all this fanfare, but you're out. Like
Yeah.
eligibility's up, unfortunately. When you found out that David Cox was going to be part of Kevin Willard's staff, what was your initial thought? Like, were you trying to call about maybe seeing if you could get some more eligibility somehow? What was your relationship like with him, and what's he gonna bring now coming to the University of Maryland?
Yeah, well, Coach Cox, he means everything to me. He was my coach for 4 years. He was the assistant the first year, and then the last 3 years he was my head coach. So, our relationship is you can't really describe it. We've been through a lot together, a lot of ups and downs, and yeah, that's like a family member to me. So to see him come here and me not be able to play for him, it kind of hurt, but I'm just glad he's getting the opportunity to, coach at the University of Maryland. And the type of guy you're getting is he's a competitor. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. He's a relationship guy. He's good with all his players, and he's a very good player development. And yeah, it's exciting, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the university to have him, and it should turn this program around.
Was he involved with recruiting you originally, Fats?
Yeah, he was one of the main recruiters for me to go to Rhode Island. Coach Hurley, that's at
Yep.
UConn right now, was our coach my freshman year, but he definitely was the head of the recruitment process for me.
And what was it? Was he unique in getting you to end up making that decision to go to Rhode Island? Was he a big factor in making that decision?
Yes, he came to my house a couple times. His recruiting pitch is definitely top tier. He's relatable. Um, he's just a great person. Like, once you talk to him, you just want to talk to him all the time. Like, you never get tired of just having conversations. He teaches you about life. You could go to him about anything. I think that's the biggest thing about him. Like, I could go in his office and just talk about how I'm feeling today, or what's going on with my personal life, and he was there to always be there and be a helping hand to me.
That's cool, man. You're selling us really well on this, man. You're really selling us.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this could allow you the opportunity to maybe being more involved with me? Obviously, you're going to be moving on and doing the pro thing, and we'll talk about that. But having your former coach now on staff, despite the fact that it's a different head coach, would you be more inclined to try to tell other kids like, hey, you should think about coming to Maryland? I had a pretty good experience, all things being equal, and I happen to really like one of the assistants on the staff. Do you find yourself feeling that way?
Yeah, whoever they ask me to, or any relationship I could build with former player, upcoming players, I will, because first, this university is amazing. I feel like anybody should want to come here,
Wow.
and then like you said, Coach Cox, he's like a family member to me. So whatever he asks of me, I would do willingly.
That's cool,
So.
man. That's really. It'd be so easy for. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, it would be so easy for you to be like, bro, this was not what I signed up for. Like, I am not like I'll be a Rhode Island guy for the rest of my life. And it would be really easy for you to just sort of say like dismiss this. But hearing you talk, despite everything, to hear you talk about it the way you're talking about it, man, it's a pretty powerful testament about the experience that you had at the University of Maryland, man.
Yeah. Some people get mad because I talk about Maryland so good, but Rhode Island been pretty good to me too. But I
Sure.
just felt I just feel at home at Maryland. I felt like you know people didn't have to welcome me with open arms the way they did, and it's been great to me. I don't see why anybody wanna come here. The living situation is great, and everything about this university is just top tier. So.
Do you get a sense for some of the guys and how excited they are? You know how this works. You just went through it a year ago. where the transfer portal is a real thing. Do you get a sense that there's excitement from the guys like Dante, the guys that could stick around, that they want to continue to be a part of Maryland basketball?
Yeah, I feel like they probably will stick around. I don't know for sure because
Right,
I'm not
right.
them,
Yeah,
but
you're not
um,
their spokesperson. I certainly
yeah,
understand that.
yeah, but yeah, just talking from what I see and what we've been through this year, I just feel like they probably will stick around because just comfortable here. It's like home away from home, and once you get a situation that feels like home, it's kind of hard to walk away from it. So.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Well, let's talk about what's next for you, Fats Russell. Is obviously you set your sights on pro ball and
Mhm.
living your dream. How good do you feel about where your game is? And obviously, we know it's not easy, right? There's only 2 rounds in an
Mhm.
NBA draft. It's players from all over the world that are in it. It ain't easy to do that. How much are you prepared to do everything possible now moving forward in order to try to like live the dream of being in the NBA at some point?
Yeah, I feel like I'm extremely prepared right now. After the season, you get time to reflect and take time off. I took about a week and a half off, just trying to figure things out. I just signed an agent recently, so just going through that whole process is very exciting. I'm starting to get back to working out. Get my body right and certain things like that. We got this Portsmouth invitational thing that's
Yeah,
coming up, which
yeah, that's
I
a
got
big one.
invited to.
That's
Yeah,
huge. That's
so
huge.
so yeah, just trying to get ready, get my mindset on being a pro, and yeah, just get ready working.
You have undoubtedly heard for your entire life. Oh man, he's too short. He can't. There's it's just no way, right?
Yeah.
um, I'm sure you're going to hear that more now as you go through this process, right? Like,
Mhm.
the league's just not meant for guys your size any longer. That's the my God, point guards are 6'6" in the NBA anymore. What?
you know,
Go
the
ahead.
crazy thing is about that is, my sophomore year, well, my freshman year, I was a role player, just giving the guys a spark plug. My sophomore year came up, and it's kind of the all eyes turned on me. It was time for me to step up and be that person. And then, I wasn't really ready for it, particularly my sophomore year, and it was a lot of people like throwing out tweets telling me that I'm not a Division I basketball player and certain things like that. So, just certain things that people say just kind of just motivates you to want to be even greater.
I mean, I think that's the only thing you can do with that, right? Like,
Yeah,
all right, okay, watch me prove you wrong.
yeah,
Like, this is the way it's
exactly.
gonna go. The experience that you had. Can you tell me about your relationship with Trey Young? I think everybody remembers seeing the video you playing pickup with Adam Sandler last year, which was kind of like that. Just seems like a mad lib of a sentence in order to
Yeah,
repeat.
yeah.
How did all that come about?
Well, so one of the guys that I work out with at my old high school, he got in contact with me, told me some guys that are trying to have runs are pros and some movie stars. So I just came down. I wasn't expecting Adam Sandler to be there, but when I got there, I was and starstruck like, oh snap, that's Adam Sandler. And
Right.
then I seen Trey Young, and then me and Trey Young have a pretty good relationship. We've been playing against each other for all our lives because we was in the same classification growing up. So I seen him say what's up. We laughed about the game freshman year, and we're pretty tight.
That's cool, man. That's not a bad sort of dude to be able to like, talk to about all this process, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
right.
he's kind of okay at this.
Yeah.
Did you get anything like from hanging out with Adam Sandler? Did you get, other picks? Did you get maybe something signed, anything like that?
No, he kind of like so he came in and he played for like one or two games, and then he just got
He
his
just
stuff
bounced.
and left.
You're like, is any part of it's like, whoa, did that really just happen?
Yeah, he came to play the two games, and once he left, everybody was like, all right, we can really start playing now.
I mean, I mean, he's what is he 50 years old at this point? Like,
Yeah.
let's be
And the
fair.
crazy thing is, he was my matchup, so like I didn't know if I was supposed to let him score or really try. So
Well,
it was just like,
okay, what did you do then? This is great. So you don't know? Did you take it easy on him or did you really play?
nah, I took it easy on him,
Okay.
man. He was guarding me too, so it was just like every time I got the ball, I just passed it. Like it was like
Oh,
I didn't want to
you don't want to embarrass
embarrass
it.
that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You gonna be that guy, right?
Yeah.
He's like, man,
Right.
I was gonna put you in uncut gems too, but now I'm out. Like this
Right.
jerk was defending me too tough. That's great, man. Hey,
Yeah.
Fats Russell, what can we plug for you, dudes? Twitter, Instagram, any social media. Where can Maryland fans be giving you a follow as you go through this process?
Yeah, well, I'm only on Instagram right now, at limitless.fats. That's the only social media that I have.
Give him a follow there, limitless.fats. Brother, we're going to be rooting for you, man. I know it was a tough season, but really was a joy to watch you play. We will continue to be supporting you and everything you do moving forward. Wishing you the absolute best of luck. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes to join us this morning.
Always, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate you
Absolutely.
guys.
Yep, Fats Russell.